Okay, I am seriously now gonna ask something. What the H is going on? Please don't keep throwing this despair. It is not your style, Hiromashima Sensei. You are the one who's supposed to win with the power of friendship and all this stuff. So, what is going on here? I am deeply worried. And I have been a fan of Ed and Zero forever. I am. Don't get me wrong, I'm still a fan. It's just that I am worried. This is not something that is supposed to happen. And I know he said that this manga was going to be darker than the rest, but still. The Angry Anime Fan, the Despair semi-reviewer here with chapter 81. As said, Despair. First of all, we see a little bit more about the Earth users' moments as he throws away the coin as his band lifted and he begins to slightly torture Rebecca. Turns out his roots powers can actually enter someone's body, and it's pain tree that eats away its targets and ain't pain whatever it causes. This shows again that all of the Elemental Four have powers that are actually in ways of torture. Laguna could trap people in water if they shed tears. Sylph could trap people in her wind and they could not get out. And while Fayare still hasn't really shown torture, he could fire off his rifle anywhere he go, meaning he could shoot them and prolong their deaths if he wanted to. And now finally the Earth guy, whose trees can torture anything else. But then here's, speaking of Laguna, yeah, he shows up. He is unfortunately not defeated. Rebecca turns into puddle as Laguna reminds the user that you're not supposed to torture Rebecca, and even saying warning. Speaking of that thing, we see Homura fighting, and she does some very nice moves and all. And even though trying to dancing swords, in the end, Sylph captures the medicine and Rebecca too, saying that all who is powerless before Draken. I am tired of that! Stop giving me that! They are not powerless, they are the freaking main characters. Speaking of that, Fire comes back, now entering the bar of Old Man Sibber, saying that that he may not kill Wise, but killing a traitor is something else, as we see bang. Does that mean just now that Old Man Sibber has just died? I mean, again, what is going on here? The entire Eden Zero crew is losing! That is not supposed to happen! They are not supposed to lose! Finally, Shiki gets up as Jin arrogantly says that leaving you alive will be not in Draken's best interest. He activates what appears to be his own overdrive, the things we have seen before. But just as he charges against Jin, two people stops the attack. Yes, that is none other than Draken Jo who appears, and even saying that you should not have killed him. It's a problem with ex-mercenaries, and apparently even saying that what Jin has been using and even what Shiki has been using is not the real overdrive. Real overdrive happens when you push your ether past its critical point, causing a change in the ether that makes up your body. And so Draken activates his own ether drive, actually turning into a fusion of all his Elemental Four, even getting some spike movements there similar to the rest as his body morphs. As Shiki demands Rebecca back, Draken only says that that woman belongs to me, and so the chapter ends with huge despair. Yeah, so to elaborate, it seems that Old Man Sibber was just shot, Weiss is still dying, Homura is captured, Shiki did not even defeat Jin, Draken has showed up, and Rebecca has turned into water! I didn't warn of the fact that it was going to be screaming in this one, but yeah. A very upsetting chapter. What is going on? Are you telling me that the Zero crew is supposed to lose this one? Then what? They cannot be allowed to lose. If they lose everything. I know Hiromashima said this was going to be a darker manga, but they cannot be losing. If they lose, they cannot get back up. You have to realize that. Weiss is wounded and is dying. If he's not safe, he will die. He's the main character. He's not supposed to die. And if Shiki cannot defeat anyone, then he cannot defeat anyone. I know he would struggle against Draken, but the fact that he struggled this much against Jin is insulting. And now Homura, despite everything, still cannot defeat Ingall. The only real clue is in Draken saying that real overdrive is when you push your ether past your limit. So is it time for Shiki to break his limit? Is it time for him to actually activate that ability? I'm asking for a miracle. And it seems we're not going to get that miracle. So this left a very bad taste in my mouth. Give me your thoughts if you have any.